Just like the Oscars, we're going long, almost done. Jeffrey Hoffman, a question from Joe Scarpelli from Global for You.
Hey Jeff, so if elected again, do you continue to provide sufficient resources to the downtown area, or do you think it's better spent elsewhere?
Well, I think everything, in my platform, everything's coming back to good governance. So what you do when you look at the downtown core is you look at what's needed. You look at what's requested, what TED comes to council with, which heart of the city comes to council with, and you allocate based on the need. Right now we're seeing success with the HO-CHIP program, and that's the housing incentive program in the downtown core. We maintain that investment until the private sector actually is kicked off, and we're getting just sort of a natural growth in that, and that's putting more people in the downtown core. As need arises in terms of other areas, it's about moving the resources around. The word priority is singular. It doesn't mean you have a list of 10 things. Priority means above all else. And so we really need to have that conversation in partnership with the BRZ, with Heart of the City, as to what is the priority, whether it be infrastructure, whether it be social, whether it be environment, whether it be the economic environment in the core. Have those conversations together so that we're all moving in the same direction, utilizing the resources, the limited resources, efficiently and effectively.
Russo from the BRZ, a question for Jeff Carlson.
Okay, this is the easy one for you. Your quick 60-second pitch on the intriguing idea of downtown broadband connectivity.
Certainly. You know, before I get into that, I want to say thank you to all the panel. The questions tonight have been excellent and focused on downtown. I was hoping for my favorite comic, Swamp Thing. Oh, sorry. But I'll go on to that. Swamp Thing is a good thing. Folks, we've been talking about it. In fact, I'll give a shout out to two of my colleagues, Councillor Higgin, Councillor Miyashiro, have been pushing forward our participation in intelligent cities, smart cities, because we know it's the way of the future. Broadband connectivity throughout our community is going to be paramount to our success going into the future. Downtown is the time to strike right now. We are refurbishing, redoing all of the infrastructure in downtown because it's so desperately needed, and now is the time to put it in so that we can have businesses that need that broadband, folks like the high-tech companies, the engineering firms that need that access, as well as everyone else coming back to downtown, not having to be moving out to the outskirts where they can get this service. If we can get it in, it's going to be great. It's going to be a big revitalization of our downtown, and we can see Swamp Thing online any day of the week.
A question from Terry Vogt from CTV.
Mark, according to the National Trust for Canada, the Manny Opera House in downtown Lethbridge, the building is listed as one of the top 10 endangered places in Canada in 2017. It's my understanding that even though Council provides matching funds for the Lethbridge Main Street project, there isn't enough money for that project at this time. I was wondering if you would support some sort of emergency funding to make sure that this building is preserved.
Well, you know, and I'll allude to Belinda Crowson because Chinatown is such an important part of our history. And yeah, I bought my firecrackers down there when I was a kid. But no, I mean, it is an essential part of our city, and it's important. One aspect of it, I look at it and saying, it's an old building. Why should we keep it? The other aspect of it is it's an old building that has great history, and we should keep it. So again, it's one of those things where I think create partnerships, find the people who know the best. A partnership is the is vital in creating decisions such as that, and come up with the best solution. My leaning would be to let's try to maintain our history. But, and let's hear it for the time girl too. She's doing fantastic. Wow.
Craig Burrows Johnson, a question from Mercedes Fons from Lethbridge Living Magazine.
Earlier you mentioned turning the old Eaton's building into a gallery or cultural space. Why would that be important for our downtown core?
Well, it would have been important 25 years ago. It was about that time that the downtown, according to the timeline that's in on the website, the downtown began to decline about the mid-90s. So that would have been an important initiative. the University of Lethbridge art collection is a magnificent and little seen resource, and it's unfortunate that it remains trapped out at the University of Lethbridge. So some space like that, either in the new Performing Arts building or in some other area where the magnificent works from this collection could be displayed under conservation conditions, would be a great asset, and it would be prestigious for the University of Lethbridge as well as the city of Lethbridge.
Thanks, Jeff. And our final question of the evening for Aileen Burke, and is from Dory Bodney from Lethbridge News Now.
Aileen, Councillor, one of the councillors mentioned about connectivity and broadband. Our U of L puts out highly qualified software engineers, which a lot of people don't realize. They're all in Seattle, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton. So what should the city be doing to try and attract some of these companies to our city?
It's a good question. I think student retention is a big topic of conversation this election, especially because we've got some younger people running. This all comes down to communication and collaboration, and so we have these very valuable resources graduating from our universities and from our college, that by joining in partnership and increasing the partnerships that we already have with these establishments, we are able to build on things such as broadband internet and the conference center, and attract some of those bigger businesses that help maintain our student population within our city, so we were not losing out on the talent and the resources that we are already producing here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings an end to this evening's forum. I'm not going to lie, I thought we were going to have more candidates than audience members here tonight, so give yourselves a hand for coming out. I want to thank our candidates. Thank you to our media panel for the great questions. Melissa Johnson, our umpire, for keeping us on time. Personal thanks to Greg Stilson from the Downtown BRZ for the invitation to be a moderator, my first in my 33-year career. And of course, the Lethbridge Public Library for being our hosts. We hope you take the time to attend the other election forums, the various meet and greets. Remember to vote on October 16th. Take advantage of the advance polls if you have to. And for $5, I will go out and start your vehicle and brush it off.